If work ever feels like this, you need Smartsheet, the enterprise work management platform that unites work.
So let's start with a short introduction of what it does, and then we'll move on to how you can configure your first live stream. Nowadays, there are two major competing workflows for live multicam streaming. The first one mostly involves a computer, in which you feed one or more camera sources with a capture card. Then you can do your live editing, add overlays and effects using a dedicated software. And that software will then encode the output in real time and send it over to the internet. Now, the issue with this workflow is that it often requires a lot of computer power. It probably won't work very well on laptops if you use more than one camera. Overall, it's not always very reliable and will often introduce a lot of latency, which means that you won't be able to export your live output to a big video display in front of the live audience, for instance. The second competing workflow, more common among professionals, separates all of these tasks so that they can each be done by a piece of equipment that is specifically designed to do the job. The Atom Mini Pro is a kind of miniaturization of this second workflow. It's actually a capture card, a sound mixer, a switcher, a controller, an encoder, all in one single device. In terms of design, it's made with some sort of plastic, but it looks very professional, and it's heavy enough so that when you mess around with the cables, it won't move around all around the place. Now, enough talking, let's set up our first live stream. Here's how you can configure your first live stream with the device. So you connect the 12-volt power connection here. Then you start connecting your first camera. So here it's this camera we're connecting. So we're connecting it in HDMI 1 input. Then we're going to connect this to our router. So we'll give it internet access. And here we're using a 4G cellular router with a SIM card. If you want to control the Atom Mini Pro through the Atom software that runs on PC or Mac, you need to make sure that your computer is connected to the same network as the Atom Mini Pro. So here, my computer is connected through Wi-Fi to that 4G router as well. Then once you've made sure your computer is connected to the same network as the Atom Mini Pro, you go to Blackmagic's website here. You download the Atom Switcher update, which includes Atom software control here. Once it's installed, you just run it. And then, so it's gonna say no switcher connected. Oh, and here it's magically connected. But if it doesn't connect, you can go to File, Connection, and here you can see the Atom switchers and select the one that you wanna connect to. Now down here we have one main tab for the switcher, one tab for our media, one for the audio, and one for the camera control. Before we start to configure the streaming, make sure that the proper input is selected on the Atom Mini Pro. So here camera is in input 1 is selected. Now back into the Atom software control, we are going to head into the output tab on the top right, select YouTube, primary server, and we need to get that key from YouTube, that stream key. So we are going to head off to YouTube there, create here on the top right a go live. Now that we are in the YouTube Live Studio, we are going to create a stream there. Dismiss this, and then here is what we're interested in. Here you have the stream key that is actually the code that you can copy here and paste into the key section of the Atom software control, the tab we were just before. Here we can, streaming low quality is perfect, and then we can press here on air. And if we go back to the YouTube dashboard, we can see that there it is starting to receive here a connection from the Atom Mini Pro. So now, as you can see, there we are. So we can see the video now. And we just have to do one more thing, which is clicking the Go Live button here. And what this will do is it will just create the live stream and broadcast the live stream to the audience. This button, this on-air button here, is the exact same as the on-air button here on the Atom Mini. So the next time you want to go live on the same channel, if it's the same destination, same settings, etc., you just have to press the on-air button, and then in the YouTube dashboard, you need to press the Go Live button. There is a feature in the YouTube Studio that can detect when you press the on-air button, and it will start making the live stream public as soon as you press the on-air button. Just as you're wondering, the process is pretty much the same with the other streaming platforms such as Facebook and Twitch. You just have to grab that key from the dashboard and copy and paste it into the Atom Mini Pro. If you're always streaming to the same destination, to the same channel, you just have to press this button next time, and you don't have to do all this configuration again. I'll talk about the streaming settings a bit later in the video. Another very simple way to live stream with this device is to plug the USB-C connection at the back of the device to your computer so that you can use it as a webcam. So here in the live YouTube Studio, instead of clicking on stream here, we're going to select webcam there. If we go down a little, we're going to see that here we can select the Blackmagic Atom Mini Pro for both the sound and the video instead of the Mac webcam. Now next, and as you can see, it's taking the feed from the Atom Mini Pro through the USB-C input.
Siri, call Brian Golden. How you doing? Are you busy? Okay. Okay. Oh, there it is. I was using this ATM switcher and I couldn't figure how to switch back and forth between cameras. And on the bottom, yes. Okay. Just a little question. How can I make a smoother transition? What do I do? Yes. Okay, the fade to black button is blinking, and I'm on camera 1 and I want camera 2, but hold on a second. Well, what's the purpose of the big buttons in the bottom left-hand corner if you're switching between 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 in the lower right-hand corner? Center right-hand corner. Is it a Pro or Plus? Okay. Yeah. Well, I'm able to switch back and forth between each camera, but I have a problem where the fade to black, I don't know how to use that yet. Well, I'll tell you what, Brian. I'm gonna go home and look at a YouTube video. Yeah. And listen, I'm sorry to bother you on the job, but okay. Okay. So it'll be. Go ahead. Right. Right. Okay. Yes. Yes. Okay. Well, listen. I appreciate the information, and I'll be back in touch. Okay. Okay. Bye bye.